All right, this video is for worksheet 3-7 for the class Discovering Algebra 1, Part 1. So in this one, we're looking at parallel and perpendicular lines. So some things to remember, okay, is that if it's perpendicular, then it's going to have opposite reciprocal slope, different y-intercept, and if it's parallel, it's going to have the same slope and a different y-intercept. So in this first one, we got to look at the slope first. Our slopes are not the same. So it's either perpendicular or it's nothing. And then we see, oh, wait a minute. The reciprocal 4 would be flipping it to 1/4, and the opposite would be putting a negative on there. That's exactly what I have here. Second thing I need to look at is the y-intercept, which is a -2 here, and there's nothing here, which means it's +0. I have two different y-intercepts. So this one is perpendicular. All right, and this one we have different slopes. One is 1/2 and one is 2. And it is true that the 1/2 um, is the reciprocal of 2, but it's not the opposite reciprocal. It needs to have a negative on it to make it a true perpendicular line. So in that case, there is no relationship with these lines. Relationship. All right, in this one, we have the exact same slope, and we have different y-intercepts. That makes it parallel. All right, this one, they're arranged in different ways. So the first thing I'm going to do is divide this by 3, +3, and I'm going to get y equals 1/3 x, and just so that I can look at this, I'm going to put a 0, +0 at the end. All right, so this one has a -3/4 slope, so the reciprocal would be 1/3, and the opposite of a negative would be a positive. So, oh, look here, I have that exact thing here. I have a 1/3 slope, and I have different y-intercepts, so this one is perpendicular. All right, in this next one, the first one is arranged correctly. Let me change the second one. I'm going to divide everything by 5, and I'm going to get y equals 3/5 x plus 3. And over here, first I'm going to have to move that 10x to the other side, making it a -10x. Then I'm going to divide everything by -6. -6. Just going to give me y equals, that's going to reduce down to a +5/3 x. Okay. And this is going to be a +2/3. All right, so first I got to rearrange that equation, all right, which gives me all of these relationships here. We can see with the first two that there is a parallel relationship going on, same slope, different y-intercepts. So for these two, okay, y equals 3/5 x plus 5 is parallel to 5y equals 3x minus 2. All right. So that's the first thing I can see. And don't make the mistake of thinking that these are perpendicular to anything. These are positive slopes, so I need a negative in this one, and it's not negative, it's just the reciprocal. So it was trying to trick you. All right, so I only have a parallel relationship. All right, the first one is in slope intercept. This one I got to change into slope intercept, so I need to bring that x to the other side. So it's going to be a -3x plus 6. And this one I got to divide everything by a 3, which is going to make it equal y equals 2/3x plus 6. This one's slope has no relationship with the other two slopes. All right, so I'm just going to throw that one out to begin with. All right, the other thing I need to look at is there a relationship with these two slopes? Well, this one has a negative but not reciprocal, and this one has a positive. All right. So because of that, there is no relationships in this one. None whatsoever. All right, so first I got to get this in y equals mx plus b form. So let's go ahead and rearrange. Divide by that -3, divide by a -3, divide by a -3. Y equals a positive 4/3 x minus 2/3. That's my first one. My second equation, got to do the same thing. So it's going to be a positive 4y equals -3x minus 1. Divide everything by that 4. And we get y equals a -3/4 minus 1/4. Forgot my x. Last one that I want to look at is this one, and I got to do the same thing, rearrange it. So I'm going to bring that x to the other side, which is going to give me a positive 3x plus 20. Divide out my 4, and I have y equals 3/4 x plus 5. All right, so let's see if there's any relationships. Well, the first thing I see is this one and this one have reciprocal opposite slopes. Check, they both have different y-intercepts. So I can say the first equation is perpendicular to the second equation. But there is another relationship here, okay? And that is this one. Actually, no, that's not the positive one. That's the positive one. So there's no relationship with this last one. The only relationship we have are these two, and they're perpendicular. All right, very good job. Keep working on these till you feel comfortable with them. Let me know if you need anything, and I'll see you all in class.